Breakups are often the symptom of problems in a relationship. My workbook series, The Knowledge, is focused on helping you change your life in 4 key areas: retaining the information that I teach, personal growth, improving your relationships, and of course, re-attracting your ex. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about the secret your ex doesn't want you to know. Okay, I think you guys are going to really appreciate this video because I'm going to take a look at what it's like to be your ex during a breakup and helping you understand that they're going through a lot of different things that you are. But they oftentimes don't want you to know what it's like for them for a reason. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But I wanted to do something real quick up front. I wanted to thank all of you guys who are positive and supportive of each other in the comment section. I noticed that a lot of times there's a lot of support and positivity towards each other through a difficult time, and I really appreciate that. So I just wanted to put that out there. And I had a really nice email that I wanted to share, just a quick one. By the way, guys, when you have something that you want to share with me, send it to my email on my website, something positive, or how you've been helped by the channel, or how you've got a success story. It always encourages people, and we love to be encouraging here. So the email just said, "Hi, Coach Craig. I started watching your channel about a month ago, and I'm absolutely hooked. I have been in therapy for several years, but I have learned more from you than I have from my therapist. The more I watch your channel, the more everything in my life makes sense. The incredible thing is, I have over 500 videos to catch up on, and I will watch them all. I am loving the workbooks. I had no idea what to expect when I got them, but they truly have the knowledge I needed for personal growth. I'm sharing my channel with my friends and family, and they are loving you as well. Thank you so much, Allie." Allie, thank you so much for the positivity. It encourages us, and Margaret and myself, because it is a lot of work to put out the videos 5 days a week. But when you guys are positive like that, it really does make us work harder, stay up later, researching things, looking at things, taking notes, reviewing things with each other, and finding ways to help you and to educate you guys on all the different topics that we're always covering. But I know that one of the things that's so hard for you is feeling completely in the dark about what's going on with your ex, right? You're looking at their social media, you might be asking friends and family about what's going on, but those are only maybe pieces of the puzzle. You don't ever truly know what's going on with that person, even if you talk to them, because your ex isn't always going to be upfront and honest with you during a breakup for a lot of different reasons. And this is important to understand. Your ex isn't going to be truthful with you on certain things. Maybe they're hiding that they're dating new people. Why? Maybe because they don't want to upset you, and maybe they still want to work things out, or they're not sure if they want to date this new person or come back to you, or maybe they don't want to hurt you, or maybe they don't even understand what's going on with them, or maybe they're afraid if they open up to you that you're going to start pushing and being persistent and not respecting their boundaries. So the thing that I really want you guys to know, and this is so comforting, is that they do miss you too. And they are having a hard time with the breakup also. Now, it's very different than what you're experiencing, okay? Obviously, when somebody breaks up with you, it sets off all kinds of alarms inside of us. A breakup causes us to feel the worst thing you can feel as a human being, and that's abandonment. Because abandonment is tied with death. Biologically, if you're abandoned by your community, by your family, by your tribe, you would die. you wouldn't be able to survive. Now, of course, we live in a different time than we did thousands of years ago, or even hundreds of years ago. But abandonment is always tied with death. So you were abandoned. They don't feel abandoned because they walked away. Like, if you walked away from your tribe, it would feel different from if your tribe walked away from you, right? Because you'd be sitting there like, are they ever coming back? I don't know what's going on. I'm in the dark. Oh my gosh, this is terrifying. But if you're out there and you are focused on your own thing, you're not focused on abandonment. But if you get too lost in the woods and you're out there for a while by yourself, then you could start to feel abandoned, right? So, it's just to give you an idea of what your ex is going through. Because they are having sleepless nights. When they lay their head on that pillow, you're coming up. Maybe only for a minute. Maybe it's for a few minutes. Depends upon your own situation. But they are having sleepless nights. They're waking up sometimes. They're thinking about you. They're wondering what's going on with you. They're replaying their decision and if this was a good idea, okay? When they go by the places that used to go together, they think about you. Maybe certain times of the day where you guys would always reconnect and there's nothing going on there, they're thinking about you. Now, of course, there are some extremes where your ex doesn't do these things. You know, there's always outliers to every situation. But for the most part, in most cases, your ex is thinking about you. And quite often, a lot more often than they're going to admit to you. Most of you guys dated somebody who was a relatively good partner and decent and offered a lot for you over the amount of time that you were together. Some of them were maybe very toxic, selfish people that are narcissistic and truly only care about themselves. But that is, you know, not the norm, okay? That is just the occasional outlier. You know, obviously, if you dated somebody who is narcissistic, they're not going to think about you as much. They would still think about you, but not like somebody who is healthier or has a more secure attachment. Now, I'm not saying that people that are avoidant or anxious don't think about you. They do. And even the avoidants do think about you. And I see some negativity towards the people that have an avoidant attachment style. And, you know, the thing you have to remember, guys, is that they were incredibly hurt. They aren't like this because life is grand and they're so happy like being like this. They're like this because they had to do it to survive. And I would hope that you guys could get to a place where you have more empathy towards that. Okay, I can understand it's very frustrating if you dated somebody that was extremely avoidant, and it is very frustrating when dealing with them, but, you know, try to have some empathy that they are like this because they were hurt in their early childhood. Okay, so some of you guys were with somebody that just can't maintain an emotional connection for a long period. Like I said, every situation is different. And attachment is a very unique thing that is challenging to understand because it's so fluid, right? It's not set in stone. And at different points, we can be in different places with it. But we tend to be in a general area, each of us, right? So, your ex, you know, even if they were an avoidant, they're wondering about you. Okay? They're thinking about you. Now, they're not going to tell you this because they don't want to let on that they made the wrong decision or that they're going to change their mind. But I can tell you, they are wondering what you're doing. They are stalking your social media. Not like you're doing it because, again, you were abandoned, so you're constantly looking for any signs that they're coming back to you. But they are looking, they are checking you out, and you need to be careful in the way that you approach that. Because sometimes you guys go overboard and you just start posting, wanting to see when they're looking and checking you out. And what does it do? They get to a point where they're like, this person is happy, they're going out all the time, they're dating all these new people, I'm done with this, and they block you. So you got to be very careful in how you handle that situation. I would rather you do less than do more, because if you do too much, chances are they're going to unfriend you or they're going to block you because they're going to get fed up and think, well, this person doesn't even care about me anyway. Your ex is wondering what you're doing. They're looking on your social media, they're checking things out to see what's going on in your life. It may not be enough to make them reach out or want to get back with you, but they want to know what's going on with you too. Now, you felt abandoned, so you're obviously looking for any sign that they're going to return. They're not feeling like that, but they are wondering how things are with you, what's going on, and you got to be careful. I think the biggest mistake you can make here is over-posting. Too much, where you're trying to make your ex jealous and you're just posting all these things, you're trying to show how much you've changed, and I think when you do that, you're in danger of them saying, I can't keep looking at this, this is too much, this is too overwhelming, I gotta unfriend them, I gotta block them. So you gotta be careful, it's a delicate balance. But they are looking. They're not looking probably as much as you are, but they're looking. And I've seen it, and I've seen situations where people thought there's no way they're looking, but their ex was, and they later found out that they were. Now, the major advantage that you have in this breakup is your level of motivation, okay? And your advantage to turning things around is that they aren't focused on personal growth. They're not. And sometimes they're going to be like, I got to focus on me right now. But they just don't focus on themselves like you are. Do you think they're really in therapy? Sometimes. But even when they are, their level of commitment to personal growth isn't like you. That's the thing that I love about a breakup, is that we become fixated on improving, on changing who we are, improving our mental health, being a better partner, and doing everything that we can to turn around our life. And that's not even on their radar. So many of you guys are going to outgrow your ex in the sense that you're going to be much healthier than they are. Do you think they're really spending time looking up or reading books on mental health and love languages and communication strategies and attachment styles and attachment trauma? No, of course not. You know, they're kind of going about their business humdrum. Maybe they're starting to date somebody new and not even doing anything to better themselves like they could do. Meanwhile, that's all you're doing, and that is incredible. Okay? That takes dedication, and that is one of the biggest things that you could do for yourself, is stay dedicated to your personal growth. I actually got an email tonight from a girl I did a Skype coaching with almost a year ago, and I really liked this girl. She was so sweet. And she sent me an email saying basically that, well, I'm gonna read the last part of the email. She said, needless to say, yup, I'm one that got so happy in a new relationship that I forgot to keep doing the work to bigger dimensions. And she said dimensions because English isn't her native language, but you get the point. She stopped doing the work. Guys, you have to stay dedicated and committed. I've only said this in maybe a couple of other videos, but you really have to look at it like a probation. And if you really want to get long-term changes, commit like a year of probation. Put yourself on a 1-year probationary period of personal growth, right? If you do, your life is going to be 1,000 times better for the rest of your life. You know, it's like, think about this example. If you start taking martial arts and practicing that every day for 3 months, and then you kind of stop going, it dwindles, and then you kind of forget about it. How well do you think you're going to know those skills 6 months later? You're going to have forgotten almost all of it. and you're just going to go back to your old ways and your old routines. That's why I did workbooks for you guys, because you're using different parts of your brain to concentrate and really think through how to handle different scenarios. You can go back and revisit them, and they're all tied to watching the videos, which I know you guys love to do. So you're going to see that those are going to help you retain information a lot better than reading a book, which is one of the reasons that I decided not to go with a book first. Eventually I'll get to one, but you know, I know that when you're feeling just so alone and abandoned, you just feel like your ex isn't struggling, your ex is moving on very easily, this hasn't been difficult for them, but it has been. Okay? They're feeling that loss too. They're wondering how you are. The breakup is hard for them as well, but they're not going to show it. Okay? And they're probably not going to tell their friends and their family too. I don't know why they get like this, but they just kind of keep things to themselves, especially if they think that information is going to come back to you. I've had people that have come back, gotten back with their ex, so we've gotten them back with their ex, and they later admitted, I thought about you every day. Right? And I really believe that. It may be for a second, it may be for a few minutes, it may be several times throughout the day, depending upon your situation, but they're wondering about you too. You had a big impact in their life, and they're also going to feel that loss. So just know that whether they're going to admit it or not, and they're probably not, they're thinking about you too. So, I hope this makes you feel a little bit better and understand what your ex is going through on their end. Of course, when you want to get my help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching. Outstanding, guys. Over 35 years of experience. She's simply brilliant and you will love talking to her. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon. I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net.